In this video, we will talk about the X-ray findings of pulmonary embolism. So first let's understand in brief that what is pulmonary embolism. Pulmonary embolism is the condition in which there is a embolism of the pulmonary artery. Okay, so let's take this as a lung. Okay, this is our lung. Okay, this is the heart present here, and from here pulmonary arteries goes from the lungs. Okay, so take this as a pulmonary artery. Now for any reason, if there is a embolus, okay, if there is a clot, or it can be fat emboli, okay, or it can be some cement material, that is PMMA, after vertebroplasty, okay, in osteoporosis patient. So this embolus can come here and obstruct this pulmonary artery. Okay, so what will happen is now blood cannot flow forward. Okay, and this will lead to all the signs and the symptoms in the patient. So patient will come with dyspnea, and if you take the history of the patient, then the patient can give you information about hypercoagulable states. Okay, like patient can also tell that he has undergone vertebroplasty. Okay, or patient can have atherosclerosis also, and because of this also there can be obstruction of the this artery. Patient can have factor 5 lead-in mutation. This is the most common hypercoagulable state. Okay, so there are many reasons for the condition, but let's not go into depth of this condition. Just understand that there is a embolism. Okay, now artery is blocked. So now understand that from this artery many arteries arises. Now if there is no blood flow, okay, to this artery, this small artery will not get blood and they will collapse. Okay, so there will be no markings of the arteries seen here. Okay, now because of the blockade of the artery, there will be collapse of the lobe. Okay, so take this as a collapse of the lobe. Okay, and there can be pleural effusion also because of the inflammation going on. Then there can be wedge shaped lesion, that is Hampton's hub, arising from the peripheral region of the lungs. Okay, it's basically collection of the fluid between the fissures, okay, of the lung, because I've already told you that there is no blood flow. When there is no blood flow, then this will lead to inflammation. Okay, there will be infraction, okay, and collection of the fluid in the pleural spaces. Then now as the blood is not flowing forward, there will be dilatation of this artery here. Okay, so this will lead to Fleschner sign. Then we can have oligemia. Okay, so these are the findings. There can be Palas sign also, which I will explain you in the X-ray directly. So let's come to the X-ray findings. Okay, see this X-ray. What you see is there is a dilatation of this vessel. Okay, that is, it's a pulmonary artery getting dilated. So this is Palas sign. Okay, then you can see that there is a wedge shaped consolidation here. Okay, that's the Hampton's hump. Okay, then you can see here on both the side there is pulmonary artery enlargement. Okay, this is known as Fleschner's sign. Fleschner's sign. Knuckle sign is also visible here. You can see that there is a tapering of this vessel. See this. There is a tapering of the vessel. Let me erase it so you can see this clearly. So this is tapering. Okay, this is knuckle sign, and here also you can see the knuckle sign. Okay, because here it is clot. Okay, so there is a obstruction for the forward blood, and because of this sign is formed. Okay, this is the contrast. Okay, seen here. And there is oligemia. Okay, I've already told you, when there is an obstruction, okay, forward blood vessels will not be visible. Okay, so because there is no blood filling in the small vessels, okay, because of the obstruction here, there's obstruction here, there's a oligemia. Oligemia means there is decreased prominence of the small vessels in the lungs. Okay, then you can here see this wedge shaped hump, that is Hampton's hump. Okay, so let me summarize all the findings. There is a oligemia, right? Hampton's hump. Then there is a knuckle sign here. Knuckle sign here. Then both side center pulmonary artery will be enlarged. This is Fleschner's sign. Okay, and Pallas sign. Pallas sign means dilatation of the descending branch of the pulmonary artery. So let me tell you that to diagnose pulmonary embolism with X-ray finding, it is very difficult. Okay, and you cannot always find all these findings in the chest X-ray, and many a times this condition will be confused with pneumonia. If you see this Hampton's up, okay, if it is not fully developed, then you can also take it as a pneumonia. Okay, so you will confuse it with pneumonia. Now, and there is a oligemia. Okay, you can confuse this with pneumothorax, right? So it happens that to differentiate this pulmonary embolism from other common chest findings, it is difficult. So we cannot rely on this condition. Okay, we need to do D-dimer. Okay, if our prediction is low to intermediate, and if we are highly suspicious of this pulmonary embolism, then we can go for CT pulmonary angiography. Okay, in this you will know, and I've given this example here. You can see that this is CT angiography. Okay, you can see that a clot is seen here. Okay, and this is the contrast given, and you can clearly see this. This is the ascending aorta, this is descending aorta, right? This is superior vena cava. Okay, and this is the branch of pulmonary artery which is blocked here. Okay, you can see that there is blood vessels, okay, which is clearly visible on the right side, but on the left side there is oligemia. Okay, so best diagnosis is angiography, CT angiography. So yeah, that's all for this video, and if you have any doubt, then comment in the comment section, and don't forget to like, subscribe and share, and thanks for watching.